Hey guys, Bearded Mania back. Madden 23 is finally out. So I am going to be starting a franchise series. The team that I picked, a lot of people are sleeping on. They don't expect them to do anything. They are the Steelers.
Continue ahead to begin your franchise.
Nobody expects them to.
Edit league settings or
I don't know why
change your
that's set to
role
pro.
to a player or owner.
Nobody's expecting them to do anything. People don't think Mitch Trubisky's the answer. Some people don't think that Kenny Pickett is the answer. Well, I think Trubisky is going to be better than anybody thinks he's going to be. So I am okay picking this team because I feel that. Sorry, I was doing something earlier for my stream. I am comfortable doing them because they are a team that I personally think that Trubisky's going to be okay, but who knows? Who knows how Pickett's going to be as well. So, we'll get to our settings. I'm not great at the game, so I'm going to go on all pro. I'm just telling you now, it's on all pro settings. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be no point in me putting in all Madden to go 0-17. It's not fun for you guys to watch. It's not fun for me to play. I will keep regular injuries on, but I am not going to have practice injuries on. I'm not a huge fan of the practice fatigue or the practice injuries even being in the game. I know it's more realistic, but it sucks not being able to, you game plan, and I know that's how real life is, but we are also not doing development trait regression. I think that's stupid. I wish they would have taken that out, to be honest. I don't know anybody that uses it. We're going to do 10-minute quarters, 25 seconds for the play clock. I think everything else will leave to manual except for practice reps. Be auto. No, we're going to turn off the fill roster and the tutorial pop-ups. I absolutely hate when I'm cutting players and I come back the next week and you've signed like Colin Kaepernick or somebody and you don't understand why. And yeah, it drives me nuts. But yeah, we're gonna have the practice injuries and the progressive fatigue off, but I'll keep pre-existing and regular injuries on. That way, if they do get hurt in a game, it's kind of realistic. I have to look at the backgrounds of these guys, or the depth charts, and make sure I have a decent player. We're going to go ahead and get started here. What I'm going to do for the starting quarterback spot is I'm going to give every person, or every quarterback, one full preseason game. They'll play the whole game, and whoever has the best stats will be our starting quarterback going into this league. We'll look at the roster real quick. Maybe look at some free agent moves, but I don't think I'm going to do much of those. Is he a scrambler? They do have him as a scrambler. What is his rating? I do think at one point Pickett is going to start sooner rather than later in real life. I wouldn't be surprised. I think his rating is super low in Madden, especially being a first-round quarterback, where if you go look at Desmond Ridder, who was a third rounder, I think. He was I'll check. He's a 70 overall, first of all. And second, I think he was a third rounder. Yeah, a third round pick. And he is a higher overall than a higher overall than Pickett, who, in my opinion, was the most quarterback ready coming in the draft. I don't think Malik Willis was as good as people said he was. I didn't even know Trade Target Young was a player tag. That's another thing that I absolutely love about this game. These player tags, like bridge quarterback, they're saying Trubisky's going to come in for 1 year, play, and get him, QB of the future starter, get him to learn the game, which I truly think that's how it's going to be. I think Trubisky will start all year, whether, the Steelers are having a good year or not. Sorry, I needed a drink. I think that Pickett is the future. He will be the starter at some point, whether it be next year or even sometime this year. I don't see it being much this year, to be honest. But we'll go through and look at the rest of this team. They don't have Jalen Warren on here. I'll have to sign him. I'm going to try and make this as realistic as possible. So we'll see. Why is Pickens so low? Especially since he just got put on IR, don't see Anthony Miller starting over George Pickens, especially the way he's been playing. So when I go to the depth chart, we're definitely going to put George Pickens at 3, if not 2, because I could definitely see him being one of the... I could see him being a future wide receiver 1, if not for the Steelers, for some other team. He was definitely the best wide receiver in this class, in my opinion. I think so. I think he was better than Williams and Mechie and who's the other dude from Alabama? I don't remember his name. I think he was better than Drake London. I don't think he should have been taking over him. I don't think he was better than Treylon Burks. But I'm glad that he fell to the Steelers in the second. Connor Hayward is another guy that I think will end up as a fullback. I don't think he's going to end up playing tight end much. If I'm going to be honest. Not much for the tight ends, to be honest. This O-line definitely needs work. We may look. Dan Moore in real life is a good left tackle, but we may look elsewhere, whether that be a trade or the draft somewhere. We may look to, same with center. I think Mason Cole will be alright, but he's only 68 overall. but he is only 26, so he's young. So he could be here for the long term with this rebuild. This right here, I'm not opposed to starting either one of them. I do like Dotson better. I'm not a huge Green fan. I did not like the pick when they took him. I know they took him to play center, and that did not work out very well last year. So, I'm going to start Dotson, but if he starts giving up sacks left and right, we're definitely going to have to give Green an opportunity. This O-line is part of the reason I picked this rebuild, this franchise team, because it is not very good. Our best lineman is definitely James Daniels. I love this pickup in the offseason. He's young. He's a very, very good guard. He has center ability as well. So if I can't find a center in the draft or whatever, I can move James Daniels over and then slide Kendrick Green to right guard if I have to. Which might honestly be what happens. We'll see. But these tackles definitely need a lot of work. I think Chimuka Okafor is underrated, but in Madden, he is awful. I bet he gives up 10 sacks. If not more. He gives up at least minimum 10 sacks from the right tackle position. And he gives up even more if you switch him to left tackle. Because I have thought about, like, he's a power for his player archetype. And Okafor is agile, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, agile. So that would be better for a left tackle. But he gives up so many more sacks as a left tackle than Dan Moore. I am going to start Larry Ogunjobi. May try and develop the Marvin Leal, and might move him to defensive tackle as well. I have not decided yet. Doug Costin, I do want to take over for Cameron Hayward when he retires. So we're going to definitely try to develop him. Maybe get him in quite a bit. He's super young. He's only 24. Was he... He wasn't a first round pick for the Jags. No, I don't think he was. He went undrafted. I did not know that. Yeah, he went undrafted. Thought he was drafted by them. But I think he will end up taking over for Hayward. And we're going to definitely have to look for a defensive tackle at some point. I don't think Montravius Adams in Madden is the guy. He's 27. He's going to start regressing at 28. And Carlos Davis is just not good. So we're going to look for a defensive tackle. TJ Watt is 27. But as an X factor, he could probably play till 32 or 33 in this game, if not longer. So we don't necessarily have to look for his replacement right away. But it will be something that is going to be done. I think that this is Miles Jack coming in was the best thing for Devin Bush and the Steelers, because if Devin Bush doesn't work out, we have Miles Jack. We can go out and get another middle linebacker like QB1 Smith once out of Chicago. I would not be opposed to trading Devin Bush and a first for QB1 Smith. That middle linebacking core would be absolutely insane. I think that Myles Jack is a top 5 middle linebacker, and QB1 Smith is easily top 3. So, I mean, that would be ridiculous. At right outside linebacker, we have Alex Highsmith. He is an alright player. He's going to develop. I think he's done more in his first 2 years than Bud Dupree did in his first 2 years. But Dupree's last 2 years were phenomenal. So we'll see how Highsmith. I think he's going to end up being better than what Dupree was. So I'm not upset having him on the other side of Watt. But I mean, he's only 75, but he's also only 25, so we can develop him in this. And this is probably the worst spot on the team. I definitely want to try and possibly develop Justin Lane and James Pierre. I don't know if you guys have ever used Justin Lane in any of your franchises, but this dude is a ball hawk. Anytime he plays, I feel like he is getting interceptions left and right. At least in Madden 21 and 22 he was. I don't know. This is my first time playing 23, so I don't know how. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to develop these two and get it to the point where when one of these guys leaves, one of these guys can step right in. I don't know how I'm going to go about starting wise. I'm probably just going to go overall. I think Sutton will be the best one in the slot, so we'll probably just go with him. But I am going to put these guys in a rotation to get in here because I want them to develop sooner rather than later. And right here, probably, in my opinion, one of the best safeties in the league. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's definitely up there. I'd say top 5. And he's definitely underrated in Madden. He should be at least a 91, in my opinion. One thing I am also not opposed to doing is if one of these cornerbacks goes down and we don't feel comfortable throwing one of these guys in, or if 2 of these guys go down and we are just losing games left and right, I'm not opposed to dropping Minka down to corner and having DeMonte Kazee start. And that's why they brought him in, was for depth. I think the plan actually is to have him play a little bit of corner and a little bit of linebacker this year. I think that's why they brought Kazee in. So that way we can have both these guys on the field at the same time. And feel comfortable with the safety spot. Terrell Edmonds is alright. If he develops well, we will keep him. But we may look elsewhere for strong safety. Madden, he's good. We'll probably end up keeping him, to be honest. But he's not great in real life. Chris Boswell, in my opinion, second best kicker in the league, without a doubt. Right behind Justin Tucker. I don't think he is rated that high in Madden. I don't even know what Tucker is. We'll see what Tucker is. Tucker's a 90. He might be the second highest kicker. No. Power wise, yeah, I would definitely put Harrison Bucket, Bucker, and Evan McPherson. This dude is a stud. The Bengals definitely got. They'll probably never need a kicker again, to be honest. I mean, at some point they will, but he's probably going to be there for the long haul. If he keeps kicking the way he is, the Bengals definitely got a surefire kicker. I don't think Young-Hoo is better than Boswell, but it's kickers, so I'm not that worried about it. We will probably keep Boswell here for the long run. Yeah, and we have Presley Harvin. I'm going to try and develop him. I don't normally punt, to be honest, but I'm going to try and make this realistic, so I will. So we may have to look towards kicker as well, because, yeah, they're not very good. I will eventually end up getting these other 3 spots open, but for now, I don't think I'm gonna put Pickens here, only because I know that he is going to play automatically, and Kelvin Austin's probably just going to be a return guy, so I think I'm going to put Dan Moore in one of these spots, and then it's George Pickens' spot. I'm going to put Justin Lane. I want to get these 3 guys developed. Hopefully get them developed sooner rather than later. We will go ahead and go to start training. I'm going to go to the depth chart, and we have an upgrade player. Oh, alright. How tall is he? Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and go physical. He's a big, tall guy, big-bodied, about 215. He's probably somebody we're just going to put on the practice squad. What is wrong with my voice? Yep, that's what I wanted. I need to go to wide receiver. I think we're going to let Trubisky have the first. Okay, he already is a starter. Okay, that works for me. Have the first game. I will simulate through it, so when it gets to the second quarter, I can throw him back in, and then after halftime, throw him back in, and we'll just simulate the rest of them. I'm not going to play any snaps. I'm not going to do anything. Just full game, simulating it. Let these guys, this is going to be all about the quarterbacks for the... So I'm going to check if they added any new uniforms. I don't think so, but doubt it. I don't think I've ever seen the Steelers play in these. I've seen them play in these, but I don't remember them ever playing in these. Oh well. Yeah, they've got all the same ones they had in the last Madden. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we're just going to, this whole first episode will probably be just figuring out who our starting quarterback's going to be. I know what I was going to do. Okay, before we simulate the week, we're going to find Jalen Warren and get him on the team. Get him on the team. Actually, we probably won't. He's probably going to end up being on the practice squad anyway. when we get into the regular season, I will do the intros because they're really neat this year. I really like them. So we're going to go ahead and just go by quarter. Seahawks are up. Okay, that's how I expected it. Let me jump in here. And they may have Trubisky starting in the... No. I'm just going to go ahead and give him, like I said, the next... Or the... Oh, shoot. We'll give him... Why do I keep doing that? Give him the whole game. I'm going to have to do that again at the end of the third. Or at the beginning of the third. Okay, so that's not good. Let's jump in here. Get Trubisky back in. Oh, okay, he's in. So I think if you switch it once, it keeps him in the whole time. We'll probably just go right down the depth chart. Give Trubisky game 1, give Pickett game 2, and give Rudolph game 3. I don't think Rudolph's going to start at all. I don't think they're going to give it to him. That is not good. We may end up losing this game to the Seahawks. By a lot, it looks like.
Well,
so yes, we're going to end up losing this.
That offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half.
Wow.
And that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are?
18 for 39, 150,
because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes.
He had one touchdown. He didn't throw any picks, so that's good.
And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
Okay, I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, 37 yards a carry. He probably played with the number ones. I mean, that's... I'm not going to complain about it. We had the touchdown. Johnson. Okay. Some Anthony McFarland's already injured, so that's cool. Yeah, so we're going to lose this first preseason game to the Seahawks, 27-7. I probably could have went through. I know they just had the first preseason game and Steelers won it, but preseason doesn't really matter, so I'm not that worried about it. So we'll just go ahead. Let's see how long Anthony McFarland is out. Oh. 19 weeks. We might as well throw him on IR. Let me go look at running backs in free agency since we lost 2. That leaves us with 2, I think. Yeah, that leaves us with 2 because Jeremy Nichols is going to be out for the whole season. And we've lost McFarland for at least 2 years. Or 2 years. Sorry, I was looking up at experience. We've lost McFarland for at least 7 games, so I want to at least have depth. So we'll go look at the free agents here. Don't think I'm going to trade for one because it's not a starter. I'm not that necessarily worried about where am I going. Depth behind Harris. I do want it in case he does get hurt, but I'm not necessarily. I don't feel like I need to go out and trade for somebody to make sure we have depth behind him. I don't know that I could bring Trey Edmonds back in. You know they have Jalen Warren in real life. We'll go ahead and sign him. He can be wide receiver 3, running back 3 right now. Since we will be getting, can't even remember his name. Oh, Anthony McFarland back at some point. I'm just going to keep him. I am going to throw Jeremy McNichols, and you can't throw him on IR yet. Okay, so I will throw him on IR when we get to that point, but right now I'm not that worried about it. We'll go ahead and advance a week, do the weekly training, get a weekly strategy. My bad. Get some of these guys developed, and yeah, those are the 3 I want to keep on there. Get those guys developed and get Pickett his game. See how he does. Hopefully he does better. We'll give some upgrades here. I'll go power. I'm gonna try and go mostly the scheme fit, unless it's somebody like TJ Watt. Yeah, we'll go to scheme fit for green. Yep. This is another guy that's super underrated, Robert Spillane. I think he could be a starter. I would not be opposed to him starting over Devin Bush if Devin Bush struggles again. I'll go ahead and go pass protector. Thing with linemen and corners and safeties is all 3 of like power, agile, and pass protector all have the same stats. So you can, sometimes you won't get an upgrade point for it, but a lot of the times you're like agile is finesse and power, whereas power is just power and pass protector is just all passing. So a lot of all of it just stays together. With my wide receivers and my running backs, I will probably not lean so much towards like somebody like Claypool, who's 6'4", 238. Yeah, I want him to be physical, but I want him to be fast as well. He is our fastest receiver. So we'll probably bounce between like the upgrades he gets will be, one will be physical while the other is deep threat. Just trying to get, I forgot to do the depth chart. Go back and do that. That way he's getting like the speed boosts and all that while he's still getting his physical. This is what I wanted. Stick it in there. We'll go ahead and again simulate. We'll give Rudolph the next game, but honestly, it's really just kind of down to Trubisky and Pickett, which Trubisky took the Matt Nagy Bears to the playoffs twice. So I think that he's way better than people give him credit for. I don't know if he was a number 2 overall pick
Tonight,
but he was a first round pick, in my opinion, talent wise. Maybe second. Okay, well, we're just going to do this play. We'll fair catch it.
Off we go from Jacksonville. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Simulate from here. I didn't mean to pick X. Again, we'll jump forward to each quarter. We'll put him in at the beginning of the second. Hopefully he has a better game than Trubisky, because that was terrible. Let me come in here. Oh, that's right. In preseason, they give you 2. And it'll be the third that'll have to switch him. I forgot that Madden does that. Hopefully these touchdowns are from Pickett. I don't understand how we got shit on by the Seahawks, but are doing good against the Jaguars. I think that the Seahawks are a better team than the Jaguars. Well, shoot. Let's just go to next quarter. I didn't mean to do end of game. I will check the depth chart here. I think he's still going to be in. He should still be in, yeah. So we will go ahead and just send him to the end of the game from here. And hopefully Pickett had a way better game than Trubisky.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses.
I guess he didn't throw a pick.
No exception.
So,
they didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled
Pickett
their business. Offense took care of the football.
Just wanted to start the job.
Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value.
71% completion, 3 touchdowns,
be careful
and
not
no
to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
That is, Trubisky had a 41% completion rating, so in 1 touchdown and 159 yards. And I don't see Rudolph. I don't see Rudolph doing this at all. But yeah, he will still get the 3rd game. I'm just gonna let him try it. Who knows? Maybe Rudolph will ball out and win the starting job. I know this is probably a weird way to do it, but that's the best way I feel like we could do it in Madden terms. I could just name a starter, but I want it to be realistic, and I feel like this is the best way. They have not named a starter in real life, so I mean, I could go through and give them each quarters and go through, but this way they play with all 3 levels. And I want to put one of the quarterbacks in here. One nice thing also, now that I was looking at linemen, is that in Madden 22, if you had guys win, like, Rookie of the Year, let's go, this is what I want. I'm a big fan of Justin Lane. I like him over Pierre, so he's going to be probably the one that I focus more on. But that's just personal preference. I do want to develop Pierre as well, but if, say, I have an offensive lineman win Offensive Lineman of the Year, they will get a dev up, like, automatically. Like, I won't have to go through and do it. Shoot. That's not what I wanted. I'm not gonna lie, I am highly disappointed with Mason Rudolph, because when he got drafted, I thought for sure he was the heir to Big Ben. He was gonna be the next starting quarterback for the Steelers, and yeah, we've seen how he couldn't even beat the Lions last year. So, yeah, I thought he was the most ready quarterback coming out of that draft, which was 2018. Excuse me, I think he was the number 2 ready. I think that Baker was, 2018 was his rookie year. He didn't do terrible that year he started. Well, no, he didn't even play that many games. The big issue with Mason Rudolph is that he can't win games. He puts up good numbers, but he cannot seem to win the games when needed. He cannot win it when, like I said, when it's needed. Like that game against the Lions, I was confident going into it that Rudolph would be able to pull it off. And obviously, it ended up in a tie game, and that's not something you want as the guy that's supposed to. So he's probably really loud. I'm just moving my windscreen. That's not what you want from the guy that's supposed to take over your franchise. I personally could care less about numbers. You could throw three balls all game. As long as you're winning those games, I don't care. But he was not putting the ball in the position to win, or putting it where it needed to be for everybody else to win. I go through here. I don't remember how the preseason game goes. I think they give him the whole game pretty much. So we'll check again at halftime. So, like I said, we'll check again at halftime. But I don't think he was the guy after that 1 year that Big Ben got hurt. I thought maybe. I was like, he might be all right, but I don't think that he is. Yeah, I don't think he's a guy at all. I saw rumors that said that they may trade him to the Lions, which is ironic because that's who we're playing. I don't know if they should, because he is a veteran guy, and he did sit behind Big Ben, so he will be able to give Pickett the pointers that he will need to. I want Pickett in case Rudolph goes down. He'll be able to give him the pointers he needs, and he knows the playbook better than Trubisky. He's been here for 4 years. Okay.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brad, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
Rudolph threw for 4 touchdowns and an INT, and 373 yards, but he only had 63 completion percentage. I was not expecting this, to be honest. The fact that he played better than Trubisky shocks me. I'll check the rushing. 16 touches for 71 yards. This dude's a monster. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I was not expecting Mason Rudolph to ball out like that. but it was in the fourth that he got most of those touchdowns. Whereas Pickett, we'll go speed rusher. Trying to bring that sack record, you know. That was a sack, by the way, in case anybody knows. Yeah, it should have been 23.5. Just saying. I'm 100% that was a sack. If you go back and watch that 100 times, it's a sack every time. I'm not just saying that because he's my favorite player. I'm saying that because it was a sack. Yeah, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, back to the quarterback situation. We'll go to the last preseason week. I mean, technically, I don't know, because if you go by, Pickett was more consistent throughout the whole game, but he did have less yards and less touchdowns than Rudolph. But if you go to, Pickett didn't have any interceptions, and Rudolph had one. I think we're going to start Pickett just because he's younger. He does have the, I'll put Trubisky a second. He does have the tag for future starter. I know that's more of a AI. Depth chart. Okay, so he has future starter, which is increased bonus XP during weekly training, which is good because that means he's going to develop faster and we can get these get his ratings up. So I think we are going to go with we're going to go with Pickett. He has a future. I think that he will end up being the starter at some point. I don't think. Let me see if Rudolph has any tags. I don't think so. Oh, he does have Bridge QB. If starting, the team will look to draft their replacement. Okay. So if he starts and I accidentally skip a draft pick or whatever, they will look to draft as a replacement. Same with, I feel like the player tags are what's going to be. Did that just say Trubisky was from Ohio? I know that. Sure did. Yeah, I did not know that Trubisky was from Ohio. You learn something new every day, I guess. Yeah, I don't think. I think if we start Pickett in week 1, I think we win that game against the Seahawks in preseason. So I'm gonna go with Pickett as our starter. I wasn't expecting Rudolph to go off like that. No, maybe I should go Rudolph because he did ball out. I'll keep it as Pickett right now, but if you guys feel that Rudolph should start, by all means, we'll start him. Like I said, I think Pickett's the future. He will be he's going to end up taking over at some point. I know a lot of Pittsburgh fans are excited for Pickett to be the guy. So we'll see. I'm going to start him. We'll have him starting now. Like I said, even if you guys want Trubisky to be the starter, you tell me who you want to be. I think we can win with all three of them. So I'm cool with whoever. If I was the GM, I think it would be my guy because he's younger. He's got more upside, and they've seen him for the last 4 years. The University of Pitt practices at the same place that the Steelers play at. They practice at, and they both play at. I'm calling it Heinz Field because when he played there, it was Heinz Field. So, yeah, I think he's gonna be the guy. Like I said, so we're gonna go ahead and have him be the starter. We are going to cut players now and fill out our practice squad. I'm just looking to see if there's any depth chart issues I need to fix, and I'm not seeing any. I am okay with all of this. Yeah. I'm excited to use this defense. Oh, Ogunjobi, that's who I wanted. I should have had him starting over Wormley, but it's fine. I don't think he's going to be a step onto it. That was a big loss, but what can you do? It is what it is. You definitely need help. Ooh, did he go up this week, or was he star dev? I think he came to the team as star dev. Okay. I know that the Steelers have, on their depth chart right now, they have Cam Sutton as CB1, but I think he's the best guy for the slot, so we're going to keep him at CB3. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep these guys. I thought about bringing Hayden back in, but like I said, I want it to be realistic, so we'll go ahead and just keep it how it is. I'm not going to bring him in. If one of these guys goes down, if Hayden is not signed, we will definitely look to bring him in. We may even trade for him if we need to. We'll go ahead and get these guys cut, and then I think we might call it a day on here. We'll simulate the week after this, and then that'll probably be it for week 1, or for episode 1. But I'm super stoked to get these out. I've been talking about this all week. I will let you guys know my second team choice was the Bears. I'm a big Ohio State fan, so the big reason I wanted to do the Bears was Justin Fields, but the people aren't doubting the Bears, like they just expect them not to be good. So I want to take this team and show everybody how good they can be. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put Cody on the practice squad. I think that, who is that? Okay. We're gonna keep Haywood. But use it. This is Gilbert. I want to keep some of these guys. I'm gonna put Loudermilk on the practice squad only because we are going to develop the Marvin Leal, and we have Gostin as a backups, so those two will probably be our starting defensive ends. We're going to go ahead and just cut Mondu and put Mark Robinson. He did not play well the other night. I'm just saying. But he was a 7th round pick, so go ahead and put him on practice squad as well. I want to keep Hayward. What I'm honestly probably going to do is, let me go look at tight ends. Who do we have? I think I might move him to fullback. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just do that now. I can put him in the depth chart for tight ends as well. Actually, he may end up being a higher overall. We'll just keep him at tight end. We'll cut Mallet here. See, a guy like Chris Wormley, if I'm going to cut him, I'm going to trade him. Try and get some picks out of it, even if they're too, like, same with DeMonte KZ. If I'm going to trade these guys, or if I'm going to release these guys, I'm going to trade these guys and get picks out of them for the future to build, which I'm not opposed to doing. We may trade Wormley. I want to keep KZ on the team only because if I have to move Minka to corner, I want to have safety depth. We'll cut, I don't know, we'll cut Miles Kilbrew. Madden, he's not very good, so we'll cut Marcus Allen as well. We need to cut 5 more players. We'll look at wide receivers. I know we have a boatload of them. Okay, yeah, we can cut quite a few of these guys actually. I'm gonna keep Gunnar Olszewski. I don't know how to pronounce his name. We're gonna keep him because he is our starting kick returner. So we'll let Steven Sims go. Don't know. I personally like Anthony Miller better, but Miles Boykin is younger. But we also have Calvin Austin in the backfield, or behind both of them. We may put him at 4 anyway on the depth chart, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna cut Miller only because he did just get put on IR. We'll look at corners, see how many. We might have a bunch of DNs as well. I definitely think we're probably going to trade Wormley. Even if I get like a 3 out of him. That might even actually give DeMarvin Leal more playing time. Especially if Ogunjobi goes down or whatever. So that may be one of the 3 we make. Okay. He's 4. Yeah, 5. Okay. Yeah. Let me... I'm probably going to put Trey Norwood on the practice squad. Madden likes to, if you have a younger guy starting over, if you have 2 younger guys, they want you to cut the 3rd one, even if he's a significantly higher overall than 3rd string. But I'm going to put Norwood on the practice squad because we don't need... With Minka, we have a good backup. So if he goes down, we're going to be fine. I feel more comfortable having Kazee in there over Norwood. So that's just my opinion. I don't think we have more than one spot. Okay, let's... I'm gonna get rid of this right guard because we can have Kendrick Green play both. Actually, let me go look at right tackles because... Okay, no, I let that other guy go. I know that Glue plays guard as well for us. We'll go ahead and put this guy on the practice squad. And then let's see what we can get for Wormley, if anything. If not, I'll find somebody else to just cut. That's not what I want. Could I get... I'm gonna be able to get as much as I would like to. I don't know that I'm gonna look for players here. I'm just gonna look for somebody with some interest and maybe try and get some picks. I could cut Carlos Davis. Ooh, the Lions want him. Okay, I'll check if there's anybody else. The Raiders may be able to get at least a second out of them from the Raiders. Let's see if the Raiders will... If I can get a second, we're going to do it. If not, I may... Let's go see if the Lions will give us a second. They can give us a first. Got it. Let's just try a second. He's more likely to end up a Raider. So I may be able to get a third out of him here. The only thing I don't like trading him to the Raiders is because, what am I doing? I'm looking for picks. Is that they're in the AFC. Whereas if I traded him to the Lions and they were to make the Super Bowl, so did we would only see them one time. I wonder if I could get a 3 this year and a 2 next year. What 2 points? Doubt it. If I threw in some picks, I can definitely make that happen. I don't know. I feel like that's a good value. Pretty sure we got him for like a 5th. But what I could also do is cut Carlos Davis and slide Wormley over to defensive tackle. I don't know. I like Wormley. He's a good player, but actually this might not even go through because their roster size is 54. And I mean, you can get some value in the 3rd. Some superstar players from the 3rd. If they'll take this, we'll do it. Okay. That's a 3rd for this coming year that could potentially be a starter. So I'll take it. Let me look at the depth chart. Did we cut Nichols, or did they throw him on IR? Because I personally did not. They must have done it because... No, yeah, he is. Okay, I see it. They did place him on injured reserves. That's fine. I definitely think I'm also going to get McFarland in the I like that they've got some already. McFarland in the rotation for yeah, I cannot think of what I was gonna say. Oh, for the running backs, because I think if we could use his speed, we could win a lot more games. Using that talent wise, this is what I should have said before. That's okay. That's fine. We'll go ahead and skip the week. We'll go ahead and go through all this, and then next game we can't get right into it. We'll set a season goal. I personally want to make the playoffs. I want to win a Super Bowl, but we'll see. There's a high chance of firing if we don't. So we're going to stick to make the playoffs. Yeah, I definitely think this is a playoff team. Let's do opening day keys, and then we'll do QB1. We'll see. And then we'll take a look at this draft class before we get out of here. It's opening day this week, and a fresh start for every team around the league, and you'll be facing the Bengals. What's the key to victory? I'm going to say stifling defense. I think every game our defense is going to have to step up. You mentioned making their offense uncomfortable. Let's go with disrupting the pass because they got Joe Burrow back there. Jamar Chase. I'm passing to go rookie QB1, and then we'll look at the draft class and probably call it a day. Kenny Pickett is making his debut this week, and we've seen in the past that it can be tough for rookies early on. What are you expecting this week? I'm going to put a great performance. Expectations are definitely high. Anytime you take guys in those first few rounds, you're expecting good things out of them. The sooner the better. 300 yards. I mean, he threw 300 against the Seahawks, so he can do it at a high level. We'll do the scouts first. Why do I like this? Outside linebacker. We might keep the scouts the way they are. My big focus is going to be corner. Then offensive tackle. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much set where it needs to be. So we're not gonna hire any scouts. We will look at some of these guys. Okay. This right tackle looks pretty good. So does this left end. This says that we need quarterback, which we don't, because I think we're going to be developing Pickett by the end of the year. So I'm not going to look at any quarterbacks. Pickett's the guy. Unless he goes down with like a career-ending injury, I think Pickett is the guy. Center. That's one thing I want to look at. Ooh, these centers do not look that good. Okay. But the nice part about a lot of these offensive linemen, like I said, if it comes down to it, James Daniels did play center. So I am not opposed to grabbing if this right guard is the best right guard and he looks like he's going to be better than Kendrick Green. We may pick him up and slide everybody over, but I think center is a big need, and tackles for sure a big need. Left end, we need to look. Larry Ogunjobi is getting old. Defensive tackle, we don't really have anybody behind Alualu, and he's probably going to retire. So that's another big one, to be honest, is defensive tackle. But yeah, we'll start scouting some of these guys as we get a little closer throughout the season. Oh yeah, this is the region breakdown. They fixed that. So that's the draft class. We'll do the weekly strategy, and then I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, if you guys don't want Pickett starting, let me know. Not opposed to starting somebody else. If there's anybody you guys want to see me potentially go out and pick up, I'm not opposed to that either. I'm going to go elusive back here for Jeremy McNichols, because if we can sign him for next year, Benny Snell is a power back, and so is Najee. So it'd be nice to have that guy that can go in there, and his speed is only 88. Okay. Guy that can go in there and catch out of the backfield if we need him to, or if I need a deep run, not a slower guy. So I ended up going elusive back with him. I am going to go ahead and call it here. Like I said, let me know what you want to do with the quarterback situation. Also, like I said, anything else you want, if you want me to try and go out and get Raekwon Smith, not opposed to it. I want to kind of somewhat keep it realistic though. And this is Steelers franchise, so like, subscribe, see ya.